Hello viewers, welcome to Simple Accounting channel. This is Uttam sir. I am going to discuss today one of the important chapter of management accounting. That is the standard costing or variance analysis. What is standard costing and why it is important to the business? Standard costing means a costing method where the standard rate or predetermined rate is used for different variance analysis. Different variance analysis may be the material cost variance, maybe labor cost variance, overhead cost variance like this. So this analysis is very important for any business because nowadays one business is competing with other business vigorously. Very strongly they are competing each other. So if you can control the production cost or average cost of production, then you have to be kicked out from the market, because if your production cost is high compared to the rivals, then you cannot be survived. If the production cost is high, then you have to charge the product price the higher than your rivals or competitor. So no consumers is to be interested to buy your product. That's why this cost, in production cost, these three elements playing the major role for the total cost of production. If you can control the material cost, if you can control the labor cost, if you can control the overhead cost, then your total production cost is to be lower enough compared to your rivals. It make you the competitive advantages than your rivals in the market. Every organization desperately seeking to reduce the cost of production. So this variance analysis provide a useful tools for the management for decision making. Whenever you are going to analyze the different type of variance, then you have to find the material variance. Material variance means you have to set up some of the benchmark or predetermined date. You expect this cost is to be under this amount. So this is predetermined and set. End of the production, you have to compare with the standard. Then you got the variance. Maybe the variance is the different variance, different direction is over there. Maybe the favorable variance, maybe the adverse variance or unfavorable variance. If it is the favorable variance, that is no matter of concern. But whenever it is the adverse variance, that this is the matter of concern. Adverse variance means the negative variance. So this standard costing provide you some of the information why this negative variance is developing. If you can find why the differences or the negative variances is coming or the causes for different variances, then you can take some of the initiative for the next course of action so that that variance can be eliminated. Positive variance is favorable, but it is not the concern of the business, but negative variance. So this variance analysis can help you to eliminate the negative variance or the unfavorable variance. There are the different causes for the variance. I have to discuss it later on. But whenever you are going to do some of the question paper, what you have to check? From the beginning, you have to check the standard information and the actual information. In the standard information, you have to be provided how much unit is going to produce and sell by the business, and what is the quantity of raw materials is to be required, what the total amount of direct labor is required, that also be given, and what is the total fixed overhead also be given. So these three elements, material cost, labor cost and its quantity, is to be given in the standard. So you have to check it from the beginning. Then you have to come to the actual information. In that actual information, this total figure is to be given. Maybe the actual unit of production and sale, then actual quantity of materials, actual quantity of labor hours, and the factory overhead. So this information, actual information, is to be given. Now you have to do the variance analysis. What information, what analysis is to be done? First of all, there are the 4 categories of variance. First category, the material. Here you have to look about the board. Here are some of the 4 category of variances. Material, number A, then labor cost, number B, and C is the overhead, and number D is the sales variance. So this is the different category of variance. So you have to be instructed in the question paper. The material variance. First material variance is the material rate variance. Material rate variance. So there is a different type of formulas. What is the formula of material rate variance? What is the formula of material usage variance? And what is the total material cost variance? How that is to be calculated? Here the information from the question paper. You have to receive this. First of all, you have to be instructed material rate variance. What is the formula of material rate variance? Material rate variance is that a standard rate that is to be given in the standard information or budgeted information. A standard rate minus actual rate multiplied by actual quantity. Mind it, actual quantity and the unit is not the same thing. Actual quantity means how many labor hours or how many kg or ton material is used. This is the quantity. The unit is defined on the complete unit. Material, labor and the overhead completely some of the unit is to be developed. But whenever it is quantity means it is the kg or the ton or the meter like this. And in respect of labor hours, it is the labor hours. How many labor hours is worked or used? That is the quantity. Remember that. Then you have to calculate the material uses variance. For the better view, then you have to make the screenshot of the board and then you have to zoom it. Please do it. Material uses variance. Material uses variance, the formula is that the standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by the standard rate. This is the material uses variance. Then total material cost variance. This is already done. Material rate variance and material uses variance. So here the formula is that material uses variance, which is already calculated, and material rate variance also be calculated. So material rate variance minus material uses variance is said material cost variance. Similarly, labor cost variance. First of all, you have to calculate the labor rate variance. The simple, that is the standard rate minus actual rate. That is to be given the actual information to your question paper. A standard rate minus actual rate multiplied by standard hours. This standard hours mean how many hours standard hour is used for the production. So this is the standard hours. Now labor efficiency variance or labor use variance, the same thing. Labor efficiency variance, standard hours minus actual hours multiplied by standard rate. So this is one of the formula. Another formula is that total standard hours divided by a standard unit. Unit and standard quantity or hours are not same thing. Remember that. Total standard hours divided by standard unit multiplied by actual unit minus actual labor hours multiplied by standard rate. So maybe whenever you going to do some of the question paper, then obviously you have to check if the standard production unit in unit and the actual production in unit the same or not. If the standard units and the actual unit the same, then variance analysis more or less easier. But if the different, the standard unit is the different and the actual unit is the different. Here this is considered. Look at the board. The standard units is 5,000 units. and actual unit is 4000 units, the different units. So this sum is to be more and more complicated. So whenever you have to calculate the material usage variance and labor efficiency variance, you have to apply the second formula. You have to apply the second formula, that is OR. OR means the second formula, that is standard quantity divided by standard unit multiplied by actual quantity. This standard quantity means the raw material, how many kg of raw material is used in, this is to be given in the standard information. So that total unit divided by that standard unit. That standard unit means maybe it is the 5000 units. The standard is 5000. So total quantity of raw material, maybe the kg or meter, like this. Total amount is to be given in the standard information. That is to be divided by standard unit. That is 5000. The figure you got, that figure is to be multiplied by actual unit, because you have to determine the standard cost or standard quantity of actual unit. A standard quantity of actual unit, mind it, a standard quantity of actual unit. This is only the formula to calculate that. So by this way you can get the standard quantity, and actual quantity must be given in the actual information. That is to be multiplied by a standard rate. A standard rate means the standard rate per kg or per ton or per meter, like this. This is the standard rate. This is to be given in the standard information. So whenever the different amount or different unit of production is going to be taken place, then these two formula, one is the material usage variance and labor efficiency variance. This is the difficult one. Most of the students doing wrong over here. So you have to remember that material usage variance and labor efficiency variance. These two field you have to apply this formula. In respect of labor efficiency variance, you have to find in the standard information, that is total standard labor hours. Maybe it is 20,000 hours or 25,000 hours or 50,000 hours, like this. This is the standard labor hours divided by standard units, that is 5,000 units. So you got the standard labor hours for 1 unit. So that is to be multiplied by actual production. Actual production means the 4,000 units. So you have to multiply by 4,000 units. Remember this. This is the very complicated thing. So most of the students is not correctly done this, and their material usage variance and the labor efficiency variance is not matching or agreeing. So this second formula you have to be used in the entire. Right now we have the overhead cost. Again, the overhead cost is the fixed overhead variance. This is the fixed overhead variance, that is a standard fixed cost that must be given in the standard information minus actual fixed cost. Actual fixed cost also be given. These two difference is the fixed overhead variance. Now fixed overhead volume variance. Volume means maybe the unit. We have the standard unit is 5,000 units. Actual unit is 4,000 units. This unit, remember that. So fixed overhead variance, a standard unit minus actual unit multiplied by a standard fixed overhead rate. Multiply this fixed overhead rate is to be given. This also be given. So you have to put over there. So you got the fixed overhead variance. Now sales variance. Sales, basically two formulas over there. Sales price variance. So this is the standard price and minus actual price multiplied the actual quantity sold. That is the sales price variance. And sales volume variance, the different units, that is the standard units minus actual unit multiplied by standard price. So by this way you can get the sales volume variance. So this is the formulas altogether. You have to be memorized and you have to be intelligently used in the question paper. Then you can do the estimate costing more easily. So this video is to be useful for A level, BBA, MBA, CA and CMA students. So these formulas you need to be memorized, and you need to be habituated in doing the question paper. More and more exercise is to be required. Remember that. Now sometimes if the question is more complicated, then some of the information you have to be given, that the reconciliation of actual cost with the standard cost. This is something different, something difficult for any students. What is the reconciliation statement? Reconciliation statement is the statement through which the standard cost and the actual cost is to be reconciled. How that is to be done? So whenever you are going to do that, first of all you have to find the actual unit, and what is the standard cost of actual unit. What is the standard cost of actual unit? You need to be find out. So here the standard unit is 4,000 units. So what is the standard cost of 4,000 units? So how that is to be calculated? Here some of the statement, again another statement is over there. Look at the board. Here the reconciliation statement. So first of all you have to find the standard cost of actual unit. Mind it, standard cost of actual unit. How that is to be determined? That is to be determined that standard unit is to be multiplied by standard cost. Standard cost for material, standard cost for labor, standard cost for factory overhead. That is to be find out first. So standard cost of actual unit. So you have to multiply. What is the cost of material? Standard cost of material. That is to be given in the standard information. That is to be multiplied by actual unit, not standard unit, actual unit. Again, labor cost per unit. What is the labor cost per unit? That is to be given in the standard information. So that cost multiplied by actual unit. Again, fixed overhead. That is to be given in the standard information. So the actual unit multiplied by that fixed overhead rate. Then we got the standard cost of actual production. This is say our standard cost of actual production. This is how that is written over there. Now what the variance you have already calculated, that variance need to be adjusted with this standard cost. Maybe this is the material rate variance. This is previously calculated over here, material rate variance. So this figure, maybe it is the favorable variance, or it is unfavorable by adverse, unfavorable or adverse variance. So whenever you are going to reconcile this, then if the material rate variance is favorable, now it is reverse calculation is to be done. So it is to be favorable, it is to be add up, normally add up, but whenever to be reconciled, then this cost is to be subtracted. If it is the favorable, that is to be subtracted with the standard cost of actual unit, subtracted. And if it is the adverse, then it is to be add up. So this way you have to adjust this information with the standard costing of actual unit. So maybe the material rate variance, that was the favorable. Right now it is to be subtracted. Maybe the material usage variance, this is already calculated over there. Material usage variance is over here. So that material, maybe it is the adverse. Right now it is to be add up. Again, labor rate variance, this is already calculated over here, labor rate variance. So maybe it is the favorable. So here it is to be subtracted. Again, labor efficiency variance, maybe it is the adverse. Right now this is to be add up. And fixed overhead variance, this is already calculated over here, the fixed overhead variance. What about the favorable or unfavorable? If it is favorable, that is to be subtracted. Again, the fixed volume variance, if it is the adverse, then it is to be add up. If it is the favorable, that is to be subtracted. So by this grand adjustment is to be done. So with the standard costing of actual unit, and from that is to be subtracted or add up. the figure would go all together. That is called the actual production. The total summarized figure is to be said as actual production cost. That production cost must be equate or agreed with the actual cost given to your information. Where the actual information is given, the total cost is to be summed. Here you see checking the cost. So this is the material cost is to be given in the actual information. Labor cost also given in the actual information, and overhead cost also given in the actual information. So this total figure is to be added up. This figure must be equate with this figure. If it is equate or it is agreed, then your sum is right on. Your sum is right on. If this cost is equal to this cost, the sum is right on. So this problem can be given. If the sum is going to be a little bit complicated, then this is to be given. So remember that. So let me recap of the whole information. Here you have to be analyze the material variance, labor variance, and the overhead variance. If the company can establish the full control over it, then total cost must be with the standard cost. What you are actually expecting, the cost will be like this. Otherwise, you cannot compete in the market. So that's why you have always try to compete the. You have to try to control the total cost so that your budgeted cost is to be under your control. So since maybe some of the factors, which is the internal factor and the external factor. If the external factor that cannot be controlled by the company, maybe the government tax, maybe the communities feelings, maybe the external competition, so that cannot be controlled by the company. But some of the cost, some of the information, some of the factors can controlled by the company. Maybe the material cost may be reduced if you can close supervise, or if you train up your workers properly, and if you are going to use the high technological machineries, then your production cost may be reduced. It's the internal factors. So these internal factors, variance is also the factors of internal factors. Maybe the external factors, maybe in the market the raw material price is increased, maybe due to the labor union, they increase their labor cost. So this can be managed, but the competition, bad business decision, government activities, that cannot be controlled. So that's why what you can control, you have to establish your power over there. That is, if your production cost is high enough, then the consumers not to be interested to buy your product. So that's why you have to satisfy your customer. So price is one of the factors through which you can satisfy your customer, and you can position your product or brand to the consumers, so that you can do the fair profit or fair business in the market. Otherwise, you have to be kicked out from the market. So dear viewers, my next video on cash flow statement, one of the important topics in the management account, cash flow statement. If you need that, please you can watch it. As usual, if the video is enjoying to you or useful to you, please make a like and subscribe my channel. Have a nice day. Goodbye.